everybody. Welcome to another episode of the College Football Tailgate. As always, it is me, XFL Jim. Joined by the man himself to my left, right over here, technically, Chase, Lupine Fiasco, Sessoms. And below us, we have the man himself. It is Erik, a.k.a. Uncle Rico. Wow. Very nice. Wow, indeed. Yeah, Erik. It's a beautiful bird. Majestic. I feel like that fits you.
Thanks, was that a chicken hawk? Was that really a chicken hawk?
I think it was a red-tailed hawk, I believe.
All I know is Mac 10 had a great song back in the day called Chicken Hawk, and that was my ringtone for a solid 3 years.
That's good. That's a deep cut right there, and I appreciate it. I appreciate everything that you just told me there, Uncle Rico.
Boys, we have a small Friday slate to get us ready for the giganticness that will be Saturday. I think this is you dip your toe in. You dip your toe into Friday. You dive head first into Saturday. Are you boys ready to dip your toes in?
I'm ready to get dirty.
Yeah.
Oh, ready to get dirty. I kind of like the sound of it. That's hot.
I'm going to dip my toe in. I'm going to swirl it around a little bit. Just a little swirl.
Ooh.
Let's get into it. Dip our toes in together, make a nice human soup, and talk about some Friday college football. Starting off, we have Lehigh at Army. Army is a 32.5-point home favorite. Over under is 47.5. Anybody touching this one? First game of the day.
No.
Chase.
Oh.
Chase. Lay it on the people.
You know, I have an alter ego, Jim, and that alter ego is the unders taker. And what the unders taker likes to do is take the unders and tombstone the fun right out of these games. I'm taking the under 47.5. This is a style play, if you will, which is Army plays a run-heavy style that's going to eat up clock. I don't see Lehigh really giving them much trouble and putting up very many points. And I don't trust Army to score 48 points on their own. So I really like the under here, 47.5, and just playing on a lot of running clock. I
like that play, Chase. Also, just as an aside, I'm watching – we're pre-recording this one. I just watched the new Big Ten map commercial that they have from – now it's got like USC, UCLA, Oregon, and Washington on there. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Chase, I think Army's defense will be enough. Lehigh's an interesting FCS school. Again, this is similar location, Patriot League team playing against a team up north. I love the under here. We'll come back to that one maybe later for the people. Up next, we have Temple versus Oklahoma. Oklahoma is a 42-point home favorite, over under 57.5. Anybody touching this one? Anybody? Yeah. Erik, you touching this one at all?
No.
Not at all. You just can't bring yourself there?
Oh, what? No, not at all. Not at all.
For which side? Either?
No.
Well, I am, because I am betting the Oklahoma Sooners minus 42 against this dog shit Temple team. You know what they did week 1 last year against what we assumed what got better but was a dog shit Arkansas State team? 73-0. This Oklahoma lives to just beat up terrible teams, and Temple will be a terrible team. Give me Oklahoma. They win this one like 50-0.
So you're going to be that guy with the Oklahoma minus 42.5 ticket in your pocket.
Yes, I will. I will gladly be the guy with the Oklahoma minus 42. I might take an alternate line, bet a minus 48 just for the hell of it.
There you go.
That's
a way to handle it.
Hey, buddy, shoot or shoot, man. You know,
I think Temple's just going to be absolutely awful, and Oklahoma's just they want this tune-up game. Florida Atlantic, Michigan State. The Spartans are 13.5-point home favorites. Over under is 45, plus 500 on the money line for FAU. Tom Herman came out and had some words about Michigan State.
Oh.
He said that the Michigan State Stadium was way louder than the Big House.
Wow.
Much louder.
Wow.
So, compliments from Tom Herman.
Shockingly.
Erik, you touched this one? You gonna watch this one tomorrow?
I'm gonna definitely watch. I'm not touching it.
Are you going to stress watch it?
No, because I have low expectations going into the season. I got nothing.
That's fair.
I got nothing. I'm interested to see how the quarterback play is. Childress, transferring in from Oregon State. Basically, this is just Oregon State East now. I mean, they're going to ball a lot.
Michigan State related. So I've been watching some just like college football stuff to get hyped for the season. I watched a bunch of like coach talk and everything. The D'Antonio press conference where he's just like, great question, next. He would say one thing and then be like, great question, next. And he just rattles off like 8 of those in a row. And he gets visibly more pissed off with every one.
He had one, like they had just beaten Baylor. And when someone asked about Harbaugh coming in and how he's going to handle that problem, and he just said, every day is a problem. Next. Or the press conference when he's talking and Leach is just blowing on the coffee trying to make it cooler is hilarious.
God. Elon at Duke. Duke is a 23.5 point home favorite. Over under is 49.5 plus 1,600 for Elon. Anyone at all? Because I'm not.
Yeah, no part of this.
Moving on to Western Michigan versus Wisconsin. The Badgers are 23-point home favorites. Over under of 56 plus 1,300 on the money line. Chase, let the people know.
Directional Mich school. Give me Western Michigan plus the 23.5 versus Wisconsin. Western Michigan, that's a team that whenever we did our MAC preview that I want to say all of us were fairly high on for all the, the directional Mich schools. And I think Jim McElwain is going to be, is pressured to perform here a little bit. I'm not sure if Wisconsin is really at that point under Fickle to where they're blow out a team by 24 sort of a position. So I think that Western Michigan to cover is a good call here. So I'm going with that minus 110, the plus 23.5.
I got Western Michigan as well. I was able to get it at 24. I still play at the 23.5. Fickle historically doesn't do well covering. He's 45% against the number as a favorite. As a big favorite, that is of 17.5 points or more. He's only 36.4% against the number. Logano came in to be the new OC. His scheme works when you have length and speed at the wide receiver position. Wisconsin didn't have that last year. They do not have that this year. And I'm going to say it, I'm not a big Van Dyke fan. I don't think he's that good of a quarterback. I think he can struggle in the system. I think there's a lot of hype around it. Western Michigan is insanely experienced. Broncos have the size on the offensive line to give Wolf time. They looked insanely better when Wolf came in. Wisco's offensive line is down this year compared to years previous. Western Michigan has the size on the defensive line to create pressure with Van Dyke. Look, Western Michigan's second year in Taylor's system. I think they're going to take a step forward. I think this team is going to win the MAC. I think even though historically speaking, the MAC does struggle early on against the Big Ten, I think this is a great spot where you can get at one of those teams returning a lot of production, has experienced quarterback, second year in the system, has size in the trenches. I'll take Western Michigan plus 24.
Anybody thinking about sprinkling a little bit on that plus 1,300?
No.
See, they don't even have where I'm looking at, they don't even have the money line offered. So that makes me kind of want to take it if it does show up, but I'm not going to. I'm just taking them to cover.
I might do a little sprinky sprink, but that'd be my only play. Just sprinkling a little bit on that money line. You guys I'll see this one tomorrow morning and probably bet it. I'm just not there currently. Erik, I was talking with Chase earlier about Tyler Van Dyke, and it's similar to DJU, where Tyler Van Dyke is living off of his freshman season at Miami, especially the tail end of that season, like the last 4 or 5 games. Never been back to that level since.
100%. He's completely struggled. I think he's a hype train. This offense is supposed to be a high offense. Did May make him? Did May make the OC? You know what I mean? Like with May, an NFL caliber quarterback, did he make the OC?
No, well, it's also like you're changing everything about what Wisconsin's been for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
And you're trying to go after different kinds of receivers. They never went after like full speed guys.
But I mean, like, sometimes like you have a team that's just where Wisconsin is, you should play a certain brand of football. We need
Also,
to
like,
go ahead,
I was gonna say also with that is if it doesn't work right away, the entire fan base just wants to go right back.
I mean, Rich Rod came into Michigan and he tried to change the whole thing of Michigan, make it that fast-paced offense, smaller guys, and it just struggled, and they ran him out of town so quickly here. This is a big season for Fickell and Madison.
Last game of Friday, TCU, Stanford. Stanford is a 9-point home dog. TCU is a 9-point home, like, road favorite. Over under 60.5, plus 300 on the money line. Erik, I know you got something in this one. I got something in this one. Chase, you rolling?
No, man, I'm just going to sit back and watch, cheer for you guys, I think.
This will be a fun one. Erik, what do you got?
I'll take Stanford here. I took the plus 9.5. I got my plus 265 on the money line. TCU struggled defensively last season, and they're switching defensive systems to have 4 down linemen, and their best down lineman, entered the portal in the spring. So their best defensive lineman from last season, he is gone. And last season, they did not get in the backfield, I think they had a handful of tackles for losses. I don't stand on the top of my head. When switching systems and losing your best defensive lineman from last season, I don't think that's going to change. It's very, very, very small sample size. But the coach Taylor from Stanford, he has done well when he has extended periods of rest. Granted, this is only a second year. It's only been 2 games. We need to remember last year against Hawaii, he went to the island and destroyed Hawaii on a long break. Then off their bye, they went to Colorado and they beat Colorado. Again, small sample size, but 2 games, he's showing us with time he can plan. TCU's DBs are awful. Stafford has a sneaky wide receiver group. I think they're going to be able to move the change, return 10 on offense. They do a lot of pre-snap motion against a team who's lost its best player and whose defense is switching schemes. I think this is going to cause a lot of misdirection, a lot of open wide receivers in the flat. Daniels is one of the best quarterbacks you haven't heard of. I think Stanford is live here. I took them 9.5 and plus 265.
I also think TCU's coming in with all of the pressure. They're still riding off of the national championship appearance. They still have that expectation, and the way they performed last season, I feel like a lot of people are looking for them to bounce back quick. Stanford's playing loose and free. If Stanford just shows improvement, I feel like everyone will be happy there. And I kind of like playing that angle.
Their offense is loopy too. You know what I mean? They have a They have a loopy offense, and when you play a team that really isn't that good defensively,
That is why I'm on Stanford plus 9 and the over 60.5. I think we're going to get some weird pointy action in this game. I think it's going to be a great way to end your Friday night slate.
I mean, and 43% is a favorite, Dykes, on the road.
Yeah, that staff's being a little weird too. It's just being a little wonky. Boys, any parlays, round robins? I know it's a small slate, but did we squeeze anything out of it?
I got nothing.
You got nothing?
Yeah, too small of a slate.
I'll cook something up though tomorrow for Saturday.
You know what's not too small for? An all slate teaser.
Jesus.
6 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 team teaser.
What are the odds?
Let me see if I can play guess that teaser.
Okay.
Lehigh plus the points.
No.
Oklahoma
You
minus
teased
the
up
point.
I teased the total.
You teased the Army total up or down?
Up to 53.5.
You teased Oklahoma down.
Yes. to 36. Oklahoma minus 36.
You teased Michigan State. You teased the total of Michigan State up.
No, I teased Florida Atlantic plus 19.5.
You teased the total in Duke up.
No, I teased Duke minus 17.5.
You teased Western Michigan up.
Correct. Western Michigan plus 29.
And you teased this is tough. I'm gonna say you teased Stanford up, down.
Yeah, no, I teased them plus 15 over the key numbers of 10 and 14.
What does that play? Plus 200?
What are you talking about? Plus 200? What are you saying? Plus 600.
Oh, Jim, I love you, man.
Plus 600.
I love you, Jim.
Tell me how it fails. Tell me what kills it. Probably
The Duke
FAU against Michigan State.
The Duke game.
Trick question. It doesn't.
Damn right, Chase. You're damn right.
I mean, dude, like, you hit last week's teaser at plus 300. Did you do one for Thursday night's game?
I did one for Thursday, but we're pre-recording this, so we don't know for sure. I'm going to say it hit. I'm 2 for 2, about to make it 3 for 3. And I go 4 for 4. We will see Saturday morning. Tune in to the big show.
The big show.
Follow this man, Adam Oakland, on Twitter and everywhere else. Follow this man at eTop21 Sports everywhere else. Follow me at XFL Jim. We love you guys, and we will see you tomorrow, Saturday, for the big